let's talk about some more exponent rules. So we talked about 3 so far, and a few of these, like these 2 in particular, we have already covered, but maybe not in explicit detail. So let's go over them. Let's do an example, I guess, of this first one. A to the m divided by a to the n. Notice we have the same base and we're dividing. Then we subtract the exponents. These 2 things are the same. So for example, if we had 5, let's say 5 to the 7th divided by 5 squared, okay, that's like having 5 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and having 2 in the denominator. Okay, they can cancel with each other, and we have 5 5s left over. Okay, 5 5s. So that's the same as doing 7 minus 2. All right. And then down here, you have 2 different bases raised to 1 power. A times b raised to the n. That's the same as a to the n, b to the n. So for example, if we have 2 times x cubed, that's the same thing as 2x times 2x times 2x, which we can rearrange. Remember, we have the associative and the associative and commutative properties in multiplication. So we can say 2 times 2 times 2 times x times x times x. And that is the same thing as 2 cubed times x cubed. So it is as if we distributed that exponent. Okay, 3 more. We have 2 bases being divided raised to a power. That is the same as this one right here, except here we were multiplying and here we are dividing, but it is the same thing. And then this one, a raised to a negative power, or any base raised to a negative power, is going to be 1 over that base to the positive version of that power. And this one is a direct consequence of this one up here. So let's say we have, or let's do it as if it were like this one, the subtraction. So remember that if we said a to the negative n, that's the same thing as saying a to the 0 minus n, right? 0 minus n is the same thing as negative n. Well, according to our rule on the previous page, that is, let's look at it again, 0 minus n is the same thing as a to the 0 over a to the n. So a to the 0, erase this random line, a to the 0 over a to the n, okay? But anything to the 0 is what? 1. Anything to the 0 is 1. So we get 1 over a to the n. All right, and then for this last one, this one is just putting these 2 ideas together. If you have a over b to a negative power, then you flip the fraction. It's a reciprocal and it's a positive power. So for example, if we had 2, try that again, 2 over 5 raised to the negative 4th power, that is the same thing as 5 halves raised to the positive 4th power. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the textbook real quick. Let me move myself out of the way. In the textbook, you will find on page, sorry, my cursor is not working for the moment. There we go. Okay, you will find on page 41, over to page 41, at the bottom of the page, there is a very useful box. You might want to take a screen capture of this box. just to have handy whenever you are practicing your exponent rules.